Good morning. It's your girl. It's Friday. Let's get it on Friday. Whoo, Friday, baby. And I'm bringing that heat. Stay tuned. I'll be back. The streets is talking. The streets is talking. Whoo. Now, you know, as much as I try to not mention this man's name, he is all up in the first place. All up in. Let's just get right to it. Yo, after just opening for like what, 2 months, Alligator Alcatraz is going to be shut down. Yes, a federal judge shut it down. Yeah, no more. Yo, old Trumpy had Florida spend $218 million on an outside prison with real ass alligators. Yo, you can't make this shit up. That's just shameful, right? But hold up, wait a minute, there's more. So now the 11th court, circuit court said, hold up, wait a minute. I don't know if we're gonna close it because we need to say what we need to say, why it should be open. So now there's like a temporary hold on it. So stay tuned and we'll see how that goes. They're gonna shut that shit down because they're gonna have more lawsuits than anything. This administration they doing their own thing. And then, you know, he's still going to court now because of the tariffs he put down. A judge is saying, hey, I don't think those things are legal. Of course they're not. Of course they're not legal. None of it. None of the things he has done is really legal. Remember, he had to hire all those people back. And some of them did never come back. It's crazy. So peep this. So you know how they put the tariffs, right? And the initial companies have to pay for those things, right? The tariffs. But wait a minute. They could, if these don't go through, like, and they say these tariffs are illegal, companies could get their money back. Well, guess who won't be getting any money back? You, the consumer. You won't get a dime. But the companies will make their bread back from the tariffs. Make it make sense, people. Y'all shouldn't be surprised by any of this shit because this is just, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So the DC Attorney General is suing the Trump administration. They're suing them for illegally dispatching the National Guard. And I believe California is doing the same thing because it was illegal. He wasn't supposed to do that. But since nobody ain't saying nothing, Republicans, hello, bop, 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 what we doing? When y'all gonna wake up? Stop drinking that Kool-Aid. Y'all need to stop drinking the Kool-Aid, man, because what his administration doesn't understand is when he goes down, all of them go down. Whether you did something or not, as soon as you said yes to the position, you said yes to jail. Hello. Hello. And people in prison right now that you put in there, oh, they ain't going to be too light with you, is what I'm saying. They ain't going to be too light with you. It's like, has anybody learned anything? Like, seriously, I want the old Republicans back. The one who weren't greedy, but wanted to have a little money, but they still had a little bit of humanity in their ass. I want them back. Because these, they don't give a shit. They can see you out there bucky naked. And they over there with their dog with the fur coat. Yo, dog got a triple fat goose on, and you out here with just some thin blanket you didn't got from the homeless shelter. Yo, this is crazy. But this is the America we living in right now. Right now, this is where we living, yo. It's you can't even make this up. And then, it's funny how we got all of this mess going on in our country, right? But he is so focused on trying to get a Nobel Peace Prize that he's still trying to intervene in the war between Russia and the Ukraine. But China already rolled out the red carpet for damn Putin. I said, look, Putin, man, come on. I'm on your team, man. I understand. But look, don't be listening to him. We're going to shut him out. They shut his ass out. So it was China and a few of the European nations getting together and trying to stop it. Saying like, look, we could be making money. You out here making war for no reason. You know you're a big ass country, and this is a little country. And they fighting with everything they got. It's going to take them so long to rebuild their cities. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Let's do something. So they asked Putin, how he feel about this. Because Trump was like, I'm still vested in it. And they're like, no, you're not, bro. We kicked your ass out. You didn't see the meeting. You didn't see the meeting we had in China. Did you? Did you not see the meeting? You wasn't there, son, because you are no longer, we're not listening to you. There's nothing you could do. All you were saying was nonsense, just like you're doing with your country. Nonsense. So Putin said he'd rather listen to what China and the European nations have to say because Donald Trump wasn't saying anything. Really, in his language, he probably said he wasn't saying shit. And he could be right. And he would be right. It's like, I don't understand why he's trying so hard to, it's like he's a debutante and trying to win the pageant. Nah, you the ugly debutante. You ain't winning shit. you the ugly debutante. You ain't gonna win, bro. That's it. So he's still trying to do that, and it's just sad because he's really trying to win it, win the prize, but it's not gonna happen, And then they've been killing, RFK Jr. because he is a fucking idiot. They got him over the CDC. The damn lady didn't quit, and then he said he fired her. They just doing too many things. He fired like the whole team of people that usually pay attention to what's coming in and out of our country when it comes to like diseases, food, any of those things that could harm us. Well, he fired all of them, and then so now the Republicans in Congress and the Democrats is going hard on him. They was beating they was whooping his ass in there. They was, boom, boom. Yo, why you don't know how many people? He was like, well, I had to see the data. He got that. I was like, what the? And he's the guy who's over our health? You can't make this shit up, y'all. So look, there's something else that's crazy, right? So I don't know if you guys know him, but his name is Drewski. He's like a comedian. I don't really call those guys comedians. I call them comedic actors. Anyway, this comedic actor, Drewski, young cat, he's one of those, he's with Kai Cenat and all of them. Anyway, he do like a lot of pranks and a lot of jokes and stuff like that, right? A lot of skits. So one of the skits he did was with NASCAR and whiteface, but not white face, white body, everything. Yo, I was looking when they said, oh, Drewski, and I was looking to find, in the video where he was. I was like, shit, all I see is white people like at NASCAR. Where's Drewski? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking. How about he's right there in front of me? Look, this is how he looked. That's crazy, right? Yo. I don't know who his makeup artist is, but that's Picasso. He even got the redneck sunburn. Yo, his fingers. Did you see the fingers? Yo, that was probably dope, right? One of the dopest things. Funny, but like, wow, how ingenious. Now we've seen these things before with the Wayne brothers being white chicks, and also in blackface we seen what's his name, Downey Jr. do what was it, Tropic Thunder, and that was funny to me. You know what I'm saying? It was a really funny thing because it wasn't like blackface. Do you understand? All right. So anyway, people were up in arms, and of course the white people like, what about whiteface is not a thing. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Blackface was to disrespect our people, saying how ugly we were, this, that, and the other. Drewski did nothing like that. It was just a funny skit, made you think he was a white guy. Period. He really seemed like a one of them rednecks. Real talk. Everything. He had no shirt on. I mean, they everything like to his drawers was white. It was amazing. Even down to the tats. That was like, Nazi bullshit or whatever, racist stuff on him. It was he had the white people food. He damn sure had me food too. I was cracking up because I was like, damn. I thought Tropic Thunder was funny. Look, people, we need to learn to laugh a lot more. Times is getting crazy out this crazy. And you want to worry about something like that. Ooh, white face. There's no such thing as white face. Black face was to say we were ugly people, which we know that's not true. But I'm saying to say we was ugly, didn't like our hair, didn't like our skin color, even though you spend hours trying to catch a tan, whether it's a tanning booth or on the beach, and you know it is what it is. Look, people, I teach comedy, and I'm telling you this. There's two things I tell my students. One, when you do comedy, nothing is off limits. Nothing. Not one thing. However, you must have a moral compass. If you do say something that's off the rack, you may, excuse me, let me say if it's off the rack, if it is not acceptable or like, oh, like cringy, you must know it can't just be funny. It has to be hilarious where you're like, oh, I see what you, oh, you almost don't want to laugh. Even though it's funny as shit, you're like, damn, that's kind of gruesome and funny at the same time. Look, we got an administration that's full of clowns. We should be laughing all the time because we definitely are seeing a circus every single day since this administration walked into the offices. Okay? So sometimes you just have to laugh. You know what I mean? Yes, our country is super racist. Yes, blackface is racist, but how Robert Downey Jr. did it in Tropical Thunder, it wasn't. It was like he was a black man for real. He was actually portraying a black man, but I guess he didn't feel it until he seen the color, which is fine. It was a comedy. It was funny. But when you see back in the day where they got this outline and the face is charcoal black, see, Robert Downey Jr. actually had like a tint to him. He was like a brownish, like a caramel. They had like black and charcoal. That was disrespectful. So blackface is disrespectful. There's no such thing as whiteface being disrespectful. It's not. There's memes or mimes, whatever you call them, and it is what it is. It's no. It's not racial. Let's say that. But we'll say this, Drewski. I don't know who the hell your makeup artist is, kid, but that shit was fire. I loved you for that. I just want you to know that. Anyway, that's what the streets is talking about, people. Laugh a little. All right now. It's that time. Yes, I must leave. I must leave, but before I leave, I'm going to drop a couple of Jews. You know, it's Friday, so let's give you something good to rock with for the rest of the, for the weekend. Look, there's so much to talk about, so many things going on in the world, right? But the biggest thing I think we need to know is when somebody is amazing, when somebody is a good friend, when somebody is good to you. We need to show way more gratitude for that because there's so many shitty people in the world. But that one person loves you for who you are. They ain't trying to change you, but they're good enough to you where they can say, hey, you shouldn't do that because I know you did this and it hurt this person's feelings and this, and that. And let you know when you've done something wrong. But that how much they love you, man, that's like the best feeling. Cause me, I will never go anywhere that I'm just tolerated. If you tolerating me, I don't want to be there. I'm only going where you're going to celebrate me. That's a rule of thumb, people. Go where you are celebrated and never just tolerated. I'm saying. I still need you to get up. Yeah, you. Get up, get out, and get celebrated, baby.